Hello there. How many languages do you speak? Est-ce que vous parlez français? Hablas español? Parlez italiano? 你会不会讲中文？普通话。你識唔識講廣東話？ね。あなたは日本語を話せますか？韓国語を話せますか？ Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Pratar du svenska? Говорите по-русски? You know, all too often in the Anglo-Saxon world, the answer is, I speak one language. I think that's rather unfortunate. I think people today can and should speak 3 or 4 or more languages. You know, the languages of the world are divided into families of languages, but 2 families account for about 2/3 of all the language speakers in the world. The largest group is the Indo-European language group that has about 45% of the people in the world, and the Sino-Tibetan, which includes Chinese, group has another 22%. So that's a lot. And in my experience, if you can start learning one language in a family, or better still, one in each of those 2 families, you have a good chance of learning other languages of that family. And that's been my experience. I made an investment in French and then in Chinese, Mandarin Chinese, when I was in my late teens and early 20s. And from that base, I've been able to learn, right now, a total of 10 languages, and I haven't stopped. I intend to continue. And one major reason why I want to continue is that language learning is one of the most useful self-improvement activities that you can undertake. Research has shown that language learning is very, very good for brain fitness, for your memory, for staving off Alzheimer's. You're constantly forced to create new patterns in your brain as you struggle to get used to new languages. But language learning should be a pleasant activity. All too often in our schools, language learning is made to be an unpleasant activity. People dislike learning French in school or whatever other language they have to learn. But that's not how I learn languages. And I talk about that at my blog, thelinguist.blogs.com. When I learn, I just do pleasant things, because the more pleasant the association I have with the language, the better I learn. So I listen, I read. I've even developed a system for learning words and phrases and for associating pleasant thoughts and pleasing contexts with those words and phrases. And I talk about this at my blog. But the main thing is you have to have an attitude of wanting to enjoy the language, believing that you can do it, accepting the language, and you'll be surprised at how well you can learn. And the benefits are enormous. I know there are people who are involved in Pilates and yoga and mountain climbing and all other kinds of activities that they hope will improve their mind and their body. And that's all well and good. But I would vote for language learning as being the most beneficial activity that you can engage in, because not only do you end up with an increased ability to communicate with your fellow human beings, you also train your brain, and the whole experience can be extremely enjoyable if it's done the right way. So once again, this is Steve Kaufmann here. I hope to see you at my blog, thelinguist.blogs.com. Now let's see, we can say au revoir, adios, hasta luego, let's see, 再见, sayonara, das vidanye, bises, and so on. And it's not just a matter of showing off with a few phrases, it's a matter of enjoying the fact that you can communicate comfortably with people of a different culture, and I have done that for much of my life, traveling to different countries, and it has helped me not only socially, but also in my business. So, once again, why don't you come to visit my blog and also take the plunge and learn another language?